Good morning. This is the 7th installment of my mental illness blog, but it is not the third installment of the borderline symptom list because I covered symptom 4 and symptom 6. Today, first, I'd like to apologize. It was April 2nd. Yesterday, and today's April 3rd, and I kind of went on a weird tangent saying that mental illness is not a license to behave badly. I behave badly not because of the mental illness, but because of the mental illness do I behave badly, and I never knew this, although I also always did. I mean, it made no sense, and I don't know what I was trying to say. I think I just rambled on, so I do apologize. There's a couple other things I'd like to correct. Like secular, I meant secular in that one video. If you're looking for more secular avenues of therapy when it comes to substance abuse or even emotional regulation or dealing with depression and anxiety, cognitive behavioral therapy as well as dialectical behavioral therapy are great avenues. That's what I was talking about in one of my other episodes. Today, though, I want to do a really short video actually on some of the behavioral patterns of people with borderline, and I'm going to draw from Marsha M. Linehan's book. Cognitive Behavioral Treatment of Borderline Personality Disorder by Marsha M. Linehan. And I think there was one thing I wanted to. First of all, I want to talk about so let's just go over the symptoms one more time really quick. There's 9 of them, and again, supposedly, and don't quote me on this, it's either this. It's either 5 or 6 as far as I know. You need 5 or 6 of these symptoms to be huge problems in your life, to dramatically affect your life for you to have this diagnosis. But you can have up to 9. And that's why I can understand for people who don't have some of the symptoms that are a little more lash-outy, it can be a bit difficult probably to associate. And I think that's why it's important that we all don't associate, diagnosis or not, that does not define me and it does not define them. My behavior defines me, not my diagnosis. That's how I act. I know. Okay. So first I'm going to read directly from her book, and this is Table 1.3, Behavioral Patterns in Borderline Personality Disorder. So first, I said I was going to run. Okay. So I'm just going to shatter them off. Oh God. Okay. The DSM-4A, the Diagnostic Criteria for BPD Table 1.2. 1. Frantic efforts to avoid real or imagined abandonment. 2. A pattern of unstable and intense interpersonal relationships characterized by alternating between extremes of idealization and devaluation. 3. Identity disturbance, persistent and markedly disturbed, distorted, or unstable sense of self-image or sense of self. 4. Impulsiveness in at least 2 areas that are potentially self-damaging. 5. Recurrent suicidal threats, gestures, or behavior, or self-mutilating behavior. 6. Affective instability, marked reactivity of mood, usually lasting a few hours and only rarely more than a few days. 7. Chronic feelings of emptiness. 8. Inappropriate intense anger or lack of control of anger. And 9. Transient stress-related severe dissociative symptoms or paranoid ideation. Okay, so those are the 9. Now I'm going to try to, so Table 1.3, Behavioral Patterns in Borderline Personality Disorder from the research literature, Marsha M. Linehan. So, number 1, emotional vulnerability, a pattern of pervasive difficulties in regulating negative emotions, including high sensitivity to negative emotional stimuli, high emotional intensity, and slow return to emotional baseline, as well as awareness and experience of emotional vulnerability, may include a tendency to blame the social environment for unrealistic expectations and demands. Okay. Oh, I'm willing. If that's what it is, I'd be happy to know that it's me and not, that I'm the reason I don't have much of a social life right now. But no sorries, that's okay. I've got a family, I've got people. For those who don't know me, it's okay. Okay, number 2, self-invalidation. Tendency to invalidate or fail to recognize one's own emotional responses, thoughts, beliefs, and behaviors. Yeah. Unrealistically high standards and expectations for self may include intense shame, self-hate, and self-directed anger. Yes. 3, unrelenting crises. Oh, yeah. Pattern of frequent stressful negative environmental events, disruptions, roadblocks, some caused by the individual's dysfunctional lifestyle, others by an